Good morning, partners. Melanie Snookian here. Had to grab my Guatemalan coffee, my Trades of Hope cup. Wearing our beautiful, some of our sale pieces in our Trades of Hope and our beautiful gold combo that I've been wearing a lot together. But I'm one of the national directors for about 3 more days, and then my new role becomes mentor, and there are about 9 of us that are mentors in this group, and we'll be hopping in every month to share a training, a word of wisdom, a word of encouragement, and that's what I'm here to do with you guys today. And so I got this idea from another coaching friend who talks about having her business meetings with God. And I know not all of us are faith-based, and these practices can definitely be applied to anyone of any faith. It's just really great kind of centering questions that you can go through. And I thought I kind of had this compulsion to sort of redo it in my own kind of way. And it feels very applicable to this big transition that we're making to Trades of Hope Reimagined. So, hi Sarah, good to see you. Right back at you. You're such a wise woman yourself, and happy recent anniversary. That was fun to see. So I'm calling it the Divine Boardroom, consulting with the CEO of your business. And I'm not talking about Gretchen. Gretchen is the CEO of Trades of Hope, but we each individually have our own businesses. And my hope is, hi Bobby, good to see you. Yes, tell us where you're from and where you're hopping in on. I would love to see you guys. And who's chiming in. So yay, Lori, good to see you. I know you're very excited about this transition as well. I've seen your encouraging words, so that's been cool to see. And so transitions can often bring overwhelm or feelings of paralysis or feeling stuck. It's, for some reason, something that I've really cared a lot about over the years, transitions. And part of it might be that I've moved across the country twice, and I read a book on transition both times that I was doing this. Hi, Jill. Good to see you. I think of you when I'm making my Trades of Hope coffee because you do such great reels with that. I love it. Yay, Diane is checking in from Peru. That's been fun to see your journey on that. We're hoping she gets to maybe connect with our artisan partners there. So, and she's still plugging into her business. It's really been cool to see. So transition's a big deal, right? And we've all been through them. I've been through quite a bit and have kind of unknowingly studied this and been drawn to people in transition. So when I worked at Biola University as a resident director, I was like a dorm mom, and I had transfer students come in transition, and I had a lot of seniors in my dorm and would even invite the seniors off campus to come to transition programming that we had because they were going out into the real world, and how do you take all the skills and things that you're learning and put them into a totally new situation. And then moved back and forth a couple of times, transitioned into motherhood in that season. And then when I worked as a Bible teacher over here at the high school, I also watched seniors transition out. They had so much anxiety around it. And then I launched my first college kid 2 years ago. I've got a senior this year. So I just feel like life is a series of transitions into new seasons. And here we are with Trades of Hope doing the same thing. And it was Dawn Hansen, I think, who came up with Trades of Hope Reimagined, which I love. And that's what we're doing. And to see all of the beautiful reels that Elizabeth's been doing to set people up for this and how well we're doing with this, I just wanted to add to that positive forward momentum for those of us who might, feel stuck. When I saw the list of things to download from our back office, I saw it and my brain was sort of like, I can't do that. I don't have the mental energy to do that today. I ended up doing it when I think there was 5 or 6 of us who met on my power hour yesterday. And it literally took me 15 to 20 minutes to do those simple downloads. But I kind of made a big deal about it or whatever. And I just set aside the time to do it during that power hour. And so sometimes we just need to change things up when we feel the overwhelm or the stuck of being in transition. And so I thought this Divine Boardroom resource would be helpful. If you would like me to message it to you, go ahead and just send that. Let's see, you could put resource in the comments below. But I'm calling it the Divine Boardroom, consulting with the CEO of your business. And I should be honest too, I've started using ChatGPT as a brainstorming partner, and thankful for the bot of ChatGPT that helped me come up with the Divine Boardroom. So I guess I have to give them credit where credit's due. And my son said, you always want to thank ChatGPT, because in case the robots ever take over the world, they're going to know you're one of the nice ones. So there's my hot tip for you today in this new AI world that we're battery. So I'm hoping that I can get through this quickly. Okay, so I start off with 1 Timothy 6:17 through 19. And again, if you're not a faith-based person, no worries. There's still a lot of wisdom that applies. And don't mean to offend, but just being honest about who I am. Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain. And we might think, I know some of us are big families and we've maybe just got 1.5 incomes, and we sometimes feel like we're not rich, but I think the statistic is if you own 1 car, you're like the top richest 3% of the world or something like that. And we know we're trying to produce holistic wealth for artisan partners that are struggling with a lot more financially than we are. And so I always have to give myself that perspective. But it says, but put your hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. He richly provides us with everything. And if we're honest and we look back at our lives and see even in the hard stuff, all the ways he's provided things that we wouldn't have imagined, it's incredible. But not just because, he's this rules guy up there, but for our enjoyment. We're to enjoy the things he richly provides for us, right? We do a business that's fun. They make beautiful things. We get to go into women's homes and build relationship. Like, this is for our enjoyment. Don't forget that. Don't lose the joy in what we're doing. Command them to do good, be rich in good deeds. I think that's covered in this sisterhood. And be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, if you believe in eternity. That's what we're really setting up treasures for, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life. And I think that's what we're trying to bring for our artisan partners, for ourselves. Life, right? Life more abundantly, more than just the rat race, more than just the checking the boxes, right? True life, knowing what it feels like to have hope, right? Know what it feels like to look forward to more than just this present moment. So, all right. So first, to prepare for our business meeting with God, our Divine Boardroom meeting, go ahead and designate a journal. And you could either do it in the journal you're currently using. I just put kind of everything in the journal that I'm currently using to record your minutes in. But I will say I'm familiar with this enough that I did it on a walk yesterday. So you don't have to take notes on everything, but sometimes it can be very helpful. And then schedule time in your calendar at the beginning of each week, and be willing to have regular updates if things change. So at least try to do this weekly if you can. Even monthly would be great. I'm not you don't have to check all the boxes. Do it when you can do it. But usually the beginning of a month, which we have a new month coming up, or beginning of the week, whether that's, Sunday night that you're starting that, looking into the work week. And then choose like a good environment for your boardroom. Make sure it's quiet, uninterrupted, comfortable, welcoming, distraction-free. And then you can even prepare your heart and mind by reading scripture or listening to worship. I have some recommendations here. Even breath prayer, where you breathe in to say something and breathe out as you're kind of mentally preparing. There's lots of options for breath prayer that I share in this resource as well. And then we go to the agenda. So it's kind of like a business agenda. So we start with welcome and acknowledgments, right? If you're coming together in a boardroom and you're having your monthly or your weekly meeting at a big, executive office or something, there's going to be welcome, right? And acknowledgments. And so for me, the word of the year for me is praise. And I have not been that great about it or that consistent, but this reminded me to get back on that, to choose 1 or 2 things about who God is and praise him for it. Now, if you're not as much of a faith-based person, this is an opportunity to say to yourself what you see is good in you, right? Because sometimes we can get really down. And so we just want to, and we know scientifically, when we start saying good things, right, it lifts our spirits. And so whether it's saying those things to God or about yourself, those affirmations, that's going to start to turn the ship already. And I have some resources for that as well. And then you can review the previous week. Now, I think for this one, it's a good idea to review the previous season. Trades of Hope pre being reimagined. What are the good things that have happened there? And what can you say, hey, I celebrate this, I accomplished this. Maybe you go into your back office and see how much you've sold for our artisan partners over the course of the years. Even if you've had some, seasons where you had to step away or whatever it is, I think you'd be surprised. Whenever I reach out to people on my team and say, hey, congratulations, you've sold over $50,000, they're like, what? 50,000? People aren't usually keeping track of that. I think you'll be surprised by how much world-changing good you've done, and you need to start there. But then also, it could be, in the spiritual language, a confess and repentance time. Like, I've been worrying a lot. I've been fearful. I've been negative. I've believed lies that aren't true. And to remove that stuff, to get it out of the way, and then just receive grace, forgiveness, right? And be thankful for those things and remove. This is the time to remove anything, to make room for the good, to remove any of the negative that is not serving you or your business or our artisan partners. The next step is recognition. So our home team is really good at this, and they've actually taught me to be better at kind of recognition, celebration, those kinds of things. These are the times to give thanks for the successes, right? No matter how small, even if it's last week. You know what? I did these 3 things. I tuned into the calls with Gretchen and Elizabeth. I did that, like, just go through the things and literally write them down. These are the things that I did to move my business forward. These are the things. Because sometimes we forget, and I'm the type of person that if I get something done, it wasn't on my list, I write it on my list, right? I do that on my phone so I can look back on the day and go, okay, I did get some things done. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. So write down those things, even things that you've overcome. Like maybe you've improved skills. Like I've been doing some marketing training and I'm now posting reels and I haven't posted reels before. Or I'm creating a resource to share with people for free because I'm stepping into that confidence of learning how to put my ideas onto paper in a beautiful way because I'm learning Canva and to send it out to people. Those are, okay, I got a phone call, but I don't think it bumped me off. Okay. So, and also not just skills you're learning, but mindset shifts. You know, be honest about over the years how you have, your mindset has become more positive, and write those things down. You need to celebrate those things. All right, so the next step is, now it's time to brainstorm. It's one of my favorite parts of a meeting. I'm an ideas person. I love to throw stuff out there. So empty your brain, ideas, or you know what, to-do lists. These are the things that I'm seeing that Barbara Hope is telling us we need to do. Okay, I'm just gonna write them all down, right? So get those out. And I have done this in past seasons, but now I'm reminding myself I need to do it again, to actually keep a notepad by your bed. Because I don't know about you, but right when my head hits the pillow, my brain's like, here's all the things we have to do. Oh, you forgot to return that email, blah. So get those things out, do the brain dump, write them out, and then let go of expectation, let go of the emotions you have connected to those things, the shoulds, and then listen. Listen to God about how to develop both kind of long-term goals, like I'm thinking goals till the end of the year, because we want to build up to our holiday season and make it even better than it's been in the past, right? And that's going to take monthly building. It's going to be that long-term. Look into those SMART goals. I have that resource here on there. That they need to be specific, measurable, all those things. And then you can break them down. For me, monthly goals continues to be, it always has been, I'm going to sell $1,000, and our new commission upgrade, right, makes that even more doable. Like, yep, I want to get the most commission I can get, so I'm going to sell at least $1,000, and I'm still doing a +1 because we need to grow as a sisterhood of marketers, and we're making it more, more available, more doable for people to join. And I am communicating, and this will go into my kind of smaller goals for today, is I'm finishing up an email, a broadcast email that I'm sending out to all of my customers to let them know that not all the details, but the ones that impact them, like the customer coupons, and if they host, that they can give those to their friends and family. But I'm also mentioning that it's free to join. And I know we've been saying like, well, wait a minute, if all my customers just join for the discount, I'm going to lose customers. They may not shop. So I'm communicating that it's a benefit if they want to join because they want to get us new customers. They want to take that extra step of not just being a consumer, but being an advocate. If they would like to do that and they plan to get us customers and wear and share on social media and do events in their home or do events in their hometown or whatever, then we would like them. We need a marketing army. but that we're discouraging people from joining up just for the discount, because that actually doesn't benefit our artists and partners or our personal businesses. So I'm just kind of being direct about that. And if people want to join or definitely rejoin, we've got some Trades of Hope sisters that have, retired and maybe are coming out of retirement, and they know the game, they know what it takes, and they want to come back into it because it feels like there's less barriers, right? Less guilt, less shoulds. Then the more the merrier. Come on in, because all of us need to find new customers, right? That's the whole point of growing. So even if one of your customers joins and then you don't get their shopping anymore, it's still our job to find new customers. So we're going to trust that we're going to grow the ways that we need to, and the people who need to join and help us in that are going to join. And then I'm encouraging others who don't plan to do that to remain our customers and hostesses. So that's kind of a good way to talk about it. And then, let's see. Okay, and then we go to consult the CEO on which tasks and action items he directs us to prioritize today. So it's always good to have the long term, but that can sometimes be what gets us overwhelmed. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. We just have today, right? Literally sometimes, and this is my kind of ADHD, creative, ENFP brain, but literally sometimes I'm like, all right, Jesus, what are we doing today? And then I'll just write down kind of 3 or 4 tasks and try to get through them. And even if I don't, if I put them in my calendar on my phone, if I'll keep what I get done and I'll bump what I don't get done to the next day. No harm, no foul. This is just what we're doing. And sometimes an idea will come up that had nothing to do with what we're doing, but I'm an ideas-driven person and I'm a words person, so I get it out there and trust that what needs to be done will get done. I'm honestly, knowing your motivation, I'm honestly a deadline motivated person. I literally make dinner based on what's going to go bad first. I'm not recommending it. I'm just being honest. Okay. So I am a deadline person, and I knew that power hour was coming. So I was like, I'm just going to wait till that power hour. I have till the end of the month, and we even have some grace in July to refer to our back office. But I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wait till that to get it done. And so whatever motivates you, make sure that you're kind of living in that honestly to get those little tasks done for the day, and know that there's grace. And then finally, as I'm on 6 on my battery on my phone, because I forgot to charge it last night, you pray to close the meeting. And that could even be just, for those who aren't necessarily faith-based, just having some sort of declaration that kind of wraps it all up at the end, right? So you can pray for, or, send well wishes to your colleagues, your sisters in Trades of Hope, your clients and your future clients, right? Customers, future customers, your own finances. I know we all have personal finances that we have things that we need, and sometimes it looks like, how are we going to get there? Trusting that, praying for that, because it's all God's, right? He owns it all, and so He provides for us. And then our goals, like how we kind of attack them, our mindset, our time, our energy, our attitude, our families, our artisan partners, and then make that declaration in advance the way He's going to work in you and your business for the benefit of others and for His own glory. And so however you want to say that, and there's lots of different ways to kind of write those things out. You could write a poem even if you wanted to, get creative about it, but declare things, put them on paper so you can see them and go back to them, and then move forward. And I'm telling you, that kind of unlocks and opens up the next thing that you can do. Take that next right step. And so don't be discouraged if you're not getting any divine, whatever. That's okay. These are the kinds of things that you practice. You practice in faith, right? And you are consistent. And you're kind to yourself. Carla, she says you could ask ChatGPT to write you a poem, input your different goals and your business and your mindset, and have ChatGPT write you a poem. That's a new one. I might include that on my resource there. I love it. So anyway, you do what you need to do in the way that kind of you feel led by this process, right? And I know that even though it's not always an input-output thing, like, oh, I did the thing and now I feel so much better. But as we practice these things, as we kind of put our faith in things just outside of ourselves and our limitations, I think we start to see kind of an opening, right? A clarity, a moving forward, a lack of overwhelm. and a kindness and a grace on ourselves, right? I can be really hard on myself sometimes. And so just move through these processes where you're getting outside of the nuts and bolts of your business and gaining perspective. And it'll shift everything. And we just need a bunch of women doing these good things and then moving into their business with purpose, with clarity, with hope, because that's what our artisan partners need. That's part of our job in marketing them, is to come at our business like a business and to do it well and to do it with conviction and purpose and clarity. And so in this new season of transition of Trades of Hope Reimagined, that's what we can bring to the table. And everything we have is here and is here. And so let's continue to tap into that, but do it in a way where we acknowledge this is a business. So let's have a meeting with the CEO, the God of the universe. It's a pretty cool person to have access to. So let me know if you have any questions. Comment resource below if you would like that, and I will private message it to you. But thanks, and I hope this was an encouragement. It's been an encouragement for me to walk through the process of creating it and then doing it and then being able to share it. I'm a natural teacher, and so I always feel compelled when I'm learning something or I'm excited about something. I'm like, who can I share this with? And then I had scheduled this time to kind of have my community event or my training as a mentor, and I just thought, oh, I think this seems like a group of women who would appreciate this and be inclined to do this. So come back to, or you can probably message me also, but come back in the comments and say if there's something that there was an aha moment or something in practicing this. We would love to hear the follow-up on this and how this is a shift as we move forward into this new season of Trades of Hope Reimagined. So, all right, love you all. God bless you. Reach out if you have any questions. And thanks for your time. Have a great weekend. Bye.